I'm getting a little bit tired of, and you guys can say I'm old, all right? I don't have Nate here today to not get any of my jokes, but I'm tired of being fooled on the internet by like Spot Center or Adam Schefter or Shimes Sharanini. Like, can we just say right now, no one knows anything about anything when it comes to where LeBron's going? No one knows. No one has a clue because some reports are it's down to 2 teams. Some reports are it's down to 6 teams. Some say the Knicks and the Sixers are out now. Some say the Knicks and the Sixers are the front runners. Like, I just, no one knows anything. And that's why I got respect for Brian Windhorst. Windhorst is on ESPN saying, I don't know. I don't know. LeBron has not made a decision, and I don't know. Everyone else is this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, you don't know. You have no clue. No one knows where this dude is going. Do you think LeBron knows where he's going? Like, at this point in time, he's had to have made the decision, right?
I think he has at least, if not made the decision.
Do you think Bronny knows where Bron's going?
I mean, I forget if they still live in the same house, but
It's technically the guest house on the same compound.
oh, well, he might have an idea. But again, even I know he likes streaming on video games, so I'm sure he's being heckled. But I truly don't know, honestly. Again, because LeBron is going to keep things close to the vest. He's going to keep people guessing. I was just watching, I think NBA, what you call it, NBA Live. Is that what's on ESPN?
NBA
no,
NBA, yes, NBA Live was the video game that EA used to run out,
I don't think that
opposed to NBA 2K. So, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. WBRE, WYOU 2822 Sports Night. Ricky Turner is always sitting in the executive producer chair. I'm Zach Grady. We appreciate you downloading the Amazon, Apple, or Roku CTV Now 2822 Now app. Joining us here for Sports Night. And day, whatever it is now. What's today? Today is the 14th. So 15th. So that's what, like day 12? When did free agency start? The 6th? The 4th?
No, I think it was just after the 4th.
So it was like the 4th or the 5th, something like that. So we're like on day 11 of LeBron watch.
Yep.
And I mean, again, we have no idea where he is going, isn't going. We keep making these predictions. The market keeps changing. Cleveland was a favorite for a little while. Now Miami's the favorite because LeBron commented on the Rich Eisen podcast about, which that's also an asinine statement. I'm sorry. If you have Giannis, LeBron, and Bam Adebayo on a team, you're not making the play-in game, okay? You're going to be good in the East. And for Rich Eisen's producer to sit there and say, oh, yeah, if LeBron signs with the Heat, they're a play-in team. Get out of here. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, even, again, you could argue, again, depth could be an issue with them. But, again, honestly, looking at it, you still have Eric Spoelstra. You still have LeBron,
and again,
Giannis,
depth's
Bams.
not going to be an issue when, okay, one, I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly confident in the fact that DeMar DeRozan will end up being a member of the Miami Heat. And that's a good signing. That would be a good signing. DeMar DeRozan's game would match up well with Giannis and Bam. And then you have 3-point shooting from Tim Hardaway. Like, it's not a bad signing. And I also do think that, again, Clay is a shell of him for himself, but if you just need him to stand out there and hit 3-pointers.
Drive and kick, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be there. So, I mean, look, the Heat might be the oldest team in the league, but they'll be able to shoot. I don't understand why people are sitting here saying, oh, they got no. Old shooters will want to come and play because they can get wide open shots. So, yeah, Miami's the favorite then, and then Cleveland's the favorite because Kenny Atkinson is at Summer League talking about how they have the big gem in the free agency. It's just, I don't know. Like, I think I still think that Philadelphia and New York are real possibilities. I really truly do, despite what's been said.
I think Philadelphia in particular is a real possibility. We heard yesterday, I think, from Shams saying that the 76ers are making a heavy push, led by Tyrese
Yeah, as you
Maxey,
said, what
Jalen
was that? Yeah,
Brown,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Joel Embiid. And Tyrese Maxey had a scheduled radio appearance yesterday at 97.5 The Fanatic, canceled for scheduling conflicts.
Thank
So,
you for putting that
yes.
in the. I like how it was
So,
here first, and then you moved it to the
so
box.
people were speculating on that radio on 97.5. Well, why, the timing's a little weird with the 76ers in the midst of pursuing LeBron. Could it be something? Yes. Could it be nothing? Yes. But again, timing's a little weird.
There's nothing right now. There's no nothing right now. Everything is a little something. Even if it is nothing, it's still somehow something. And that's how LeBron wants it. LeBron wants everyone to, he wants us to be having this conversation right now. At 42 years old, 41 years old, he loves the fact that he's still being discussed, that he's the face of the league, that he's the big get, that everyone's free agency waits on him. He is loving every minute of this.
Oh, he absolutely is. And then you look at a team like the Warriors. The Warriors only have that $6 million mid-level exception open for him, but Steph Curry is pitched to him and says, "We know how to win." And he's right. He's beaten LeBron James in the finals before. They've had stacked teams. They have Steve Kerr. They've built a culture there on winning. They just selected Yaxel Lendeborg out of Michigan. So, they've got a pitch as well. It really, again, you look at it when it comes down to it, he's got his options. Obviously, with the Warriors, he'd probably have to take a little bit less money, but reportedly money won't be an issue.
Just get him a deal as a spokesperson for planting trees.
Well, that's another investigation in itself.
Okay, it's been 10 months, and it will probably last another couple of weeks here. But Adam Silver has said that, okay, we'll have an answer before the season starts.
I think Steve Ballmer is meeting with someone today, and that would be the last.
I heard this, and it didn't come to my purview when I first heard it. But yeah, if Kawhi Leonard's contract gets voided, okay, sure, he's a free agent. Cool. He can sign anywhere he wants, and if he wants to sign in Toronto, that's fine. No one's got the money that he would want. You know what I mean? At this point in time, especially in free agency, other than LeBron, the money's been spent. There's not a lot of places that have room to just, hey, let me sign a max guy. For him to be a member of the Raptors, he had the contracts, the money had to match up. So here now, if Kawhi,
I don't think there's.
Okay, take Tyler Hero off the screen real quick, because if I see him, I just start thinking about other things, and we don't need to be talking about Tyler Hero's night at the UFC. But when it comes to, I'm sorry, I just saw him and I got distracted. I feel bad. Is he forever going to be known now as the dude that Bam punched in the face?
Could. Yeah,
he's no longer Jack Harlow's dude. He's the dude that got punched in the face.
Yeah, unless he makes a name for himself with up there in Milwaukee. But yeah, now. And it's fun. What's funny is they were really good friends before that.
I heard he did that in front of his dad too.
Oh, that I did not hear.
It's all hearsay. Okay, this is my question. How is it all hearsay? It happened in front of a bunch of teenagers in a casino. No one has video of this. No one has. It happened in a casino.
I think it'll come out of it if someone has video.
If there's video of the Jordan Poole punch that came out, I would hope that this one would come out.
That was at practice.
Yeah.
So they obviously filmed the practice sessions. So, but yeah, as you were talking about cap space, there are three teams.
Who would be able to sign them?
Not really anyone with big money, because right now you look at teams with cap space. There's no one really. The Bulls lead the NBA with 1,900,000 in cap space.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
there's three teams under the cap.
he would not be able to sign as a free agent. He just, I mean, people would have to make major moves and go into the hard cap to sign him as a free agent. If they void his contract, it's not like, oh, wow, he's a free agent. Anyone can get him. Because, no, there's not a lot of people who got the money to get him.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a lot of this isn't a guy who's gonna sign with,
And
any team. He's gonna sign with a contender.
And based on what we saw with Uncle Dennis and the Esperion thing, like, money clearly matters to this guy.
Well, money matters to Uncle Dennis. So much.
For sure. So, all right, let's break here. We'll LeBron watch continues. I'm sure tomorrow we'll continue leading the show with LeBron until. I mean, come on, man. LeBron, today's SB Day. Do it now. Do it today. But no, there's a World Cup semifinal, so I'm sure he wants to be watching that. He's definitely watching that. So, all right, we're going to hit the summer of soccer when we get back here on 2822 Sports Night. All right, I know this is like, I know the answer, but I still want to know the answer. Do you think a third place game between France and Argentina would outrate the championship game?
It might.
Mbappe versus Messi. Messi's last possible game.
I think, there's certainly a chance.
Yeah, I mean, so it's Messi's last game. It's France versus Argentina, so it's a rematch of last year's championship. And you have the two guys with 8 goals competing for the Golden Boot. Now, normally, third place teams, sometimes they won't play their guys or it won't matter quite as much. I don't think that would be the case if it was France versus Argentina.
I don't think it would either. I think you look at it, especially with the two guys in the Golden Boot race right now.
Mbappe's up because he has 3 assists compared to Messi's 2.
Yeah, Mbappe's up, and then.
But they both have 8 goals.
Yes, they're both again tied at 8 goals. So yeah, I think especially again, I don't think.
And Harry Kane's right there too, right?
Yes, Harry Kane is 6.
And how many did Haaland have before he was eliminated? 7?
I believe
7 or 8, right?
I believe it was 7. Yeah,
Okay.
he was not tied with.
He wasn't tied for the lead, so it's down to Mbappe and Messi, unless Harry Kane has a brace or something ridiculous here. 7 goals in 5 matches.
Yeah.
So, did you see the raccoon that he brought back?
Yes, it's like a raccoon and a squirrel.
Something like that, but it was on like on a vodka bottle or a whiskey bottle or something.
Just because of how this has went for him, I could see him doing what Messi does and coming to play in the MLS.
Not yet, but he will. He definitely
seemed to have
will.
a great time. He seemed to have a great time over here.
I mean, listen, the MLS has gotten some stars when it's all said and done, and I do think that he will come to the U.S., but right now, he's on top of his game.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing he's playing in top level competition. But I could see him coming and moonlighting at the end. I mean, listen, the MLS is becoming a decent league. What they really need to do, and I know they're in the process of doing it, is just change when they play. They have to play on the same schedule as the Premier League and everybody else. They can't be on this opposite schedule because it's too hard to deal with the transfer windows.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's again part of it. But yeah, again, we saw Zlatan Ibrahimovic do it.
Oh, Zlatan!
He was just
the Zlatan.
Yeah, he was he was a creature.
He was just on a different level.
You could tell. Same thing with Messi. I mean, many of those guys. I mean, they come over here late stage in their career. Obviously, the talent level's not as big, but again, it's still pretty.
Their talent level isn't what it once was, but they're still the most talented dude on the pitch as soon as they step onto it. Yeah, I mean, Zlatan had 3 goals in his first game for the LA Galaxy, including like a 60-yarder on his very first touch. Literally, the first time the dude touched the ball, he scored a goal.
Yeah,
That's why he's the Zlatan.
just that's one of the players that you just could. He was just so big and fast in the
Are you
open.
are you gonna miss Zlatan when this is over with? Are you gonna have some Zlatan withdrawal?
Yeah, I mean, he's I think he's great on TV. I think he's sort of fits right in. With
So
the
how do we continue to get Zlatan into an American market?
that I don't know.
How do
'Cause
we?
I think soccer will never be what you'd have to. Soccer would have to be what football is over here.
Well, I mean, listen, soccer doesn't have to be what football is over here. Soccer needs to be what basketball and baseball is over here. Again, we've talked about this. There's 3 tiers. There's the top tier is the NFL and college football. And then you have NBA and Major League Baseball, and then you have MLS and NHL. And sometimes MLB is a little bit closer to NBA than it is NHL, and sometimes it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, really just depends on who ESPN has the contracts with at this point in time.
Yeah, so I think again that would probably be what would have to happen. Soccer would have to have a bigger platform over here to get him over here.
You don't think Apple's a big enough platform?
I mean, again, obviously it is, but I don't know. I just feel like again, a player like a player of Zlatan's stature, I think would enjoy covering the Premier League and that higher level soccer before rather than.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if he wants to live in the States or anything like
Or
that as
yeah.
well. I mean, I know Thierry Henry, he spent some time with MLS. He was a member of the New York Red Bulls for a few seasons as well. So, I mean, but that all being said, a third place, okay, I think we're being a little bit exaggerated here. I don't think it would outrate, especially if it's England versus Spain in the championship game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still think again. I think it would be relatively close.
oh,
'cause, yeah,
I think it will be the highest rated third place
place game.
game in the history of third place games. I mean, yeah, absolutely. There's no question. I think it will also be the second highest rated game in this particular World Cup, where normally you have
Yeah.
the semis up there over the third place game. I think this one, yeah, if it's Mbappe versus Messi, it will be the second highest, but just behind the final. And it will definitely beat both of the semis. But I mean, is there anyone that can stop Spain? They've allowed a goal, one goal, single goal.
I thought if there was a team, and again,
It's Cabo Verde.
I thought if there was a team that was going to test how good Spain's defense was,
Be
it was
France.
going to be France.
Yeah.
France couldn't get through.
They couldn't
And
do
again,
anything.
As much as
They
I
couldn't do
like-
anything.
As much as I like Harry Kane and Messi, I think France is a much better team than
That's the best
either of
offense
those
in
two.
sports. I mean,
Yes.
that was the best offense in the sport.
And again, they weren't able to crack it. And Belgium had one. I mean, they're just again offensive. When you have a defense like that, offensively, you just have to be average. I mean, you look at right now, their top scorer is Mikhail Orzabal.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Their offense isn't average. Their offense is pretty
Yeah, no,
good,
it's-
and it's led by 2 19-year-olds.
Exactly, and I think it's just going to be really, really tough for whoever they end up facing. But again, if France couldn't get a goal on them,
Yeah. France was the fastest team with the most offensive depth, and they
they
looked
just pressured them.
There was one run that France looked incredible on, where Mdwele and Mbappe and everyone was touching. But other than that, there was no forward passes, there was no advancement, there was no real push, and as soon as that penalty kick went in, it almost felt like France knew they were in trouble. They knew, okay, one goal, we're in trouble here. And that's a team that can put 2 or 3 up in seconds.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be tough. I mean, that's legitimately, the answer. You've got to play perfect. Your onus is also on your defense because, as you mentioned, you can't give up a penalty kick.
No,
You can't give up any quality opportunities to Spain.
It was a feeling back, when either like Dominic Hasek or Henrik Lundqvist or one of those guys was just on their game. And it was like, all right, or when you got your ace on the mound, it's like, all right, we got one run. We're good. We're good. And that's what it was. It was like, all right, we got that one goal. Now what? Like, you can't do anything. And I mean, they have France's number. They are France's kryptonite because the last time France lost prior to this, guess who? Spain. Yeah.
Yeah. So again,
And it's again 2 19-year-olds.
Yeah, they've really again just.
And Mbappe is only what, 27? I mean,
27, 20. Yeah. 20,
so that rivalry is
28,
going to last for at least another 4 years and at least one more World Cup cycle.
Yeah, and France realistic, like they could not do anything. Like they were again constantly moving back, the ball pressure constant. They would not let them. As you mentioned, they would not let them consistently move forward.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is that France constantly is pressuring you. France constantly is putting that on you, and there was none.
There wasn't many quality chances, and Spain ultimately, I thought, controlled possession extremely well, capitalized on the chances that they did have with the penalty kick, and then another late goal.
And that was a great heads-up play to get the penalty kick. I mean, listen, you can say whatever you want, but it was a penalty. But yeah, I mean, that was a great heads-up play by Spain to recognize that the defender had his leg up in the air, uncontrollable, and yeah. I heard this morning. Mike Ryan from Dan, it might have been Tony. I can't remember who said it, but it was on the Dan Lebatard show, and it was like it's the equivalent of when a good shooter gets you to go up in the air on a pump fake. You go up in the air, the shooter's going to lean into you and draw the contact and get 3, and that's what the Spanish attacker did, and it led exactly to what they wanted, which was a penalty kick.
Yeah, that's exactly what great teams do. And again, we'll see if either England or Argentina is able to conquer Spain. We'll probably talk about whoever matches up with them, but
maybe we should be careful when we're talking about France, England, and Spain about conquering. They have a long history of conquering that they would like to forget about.
But yes, they would need. One of those teams is going to, one of those teams ultimately is going to win, but it's going to be interesting to see who's Spain going to draw in this matchup, and the best team win.
All right, and at least we know for sure we got the 4 best teams. When it was also well, no, not just we did empirically, statistically, analytically, and you know how I feel about analytics, but. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what measurement you look at, we got the 4 best teams. This was the very best possible matchup that you could get. And FIFA did a great job in making sure that these guys were all in different brackets or the way that they set everything up, that this ended up being your Final 4. We were talking about along the way about some of the great matchups you would see. And yeah, I mean, Germany wasn't Germany. Brazil wasn't Brazil. I mean, the Italians who you always talk about didn't even qualify. So you had the best 4 teams. And you got some great storylines. And as much as I would love to see Messi maybe go out on top, I would rather see England versus Spain. I would rather see Argentina versus France as my Final 4. And so maybe we get that in the first and third place game. So we shall see. You know how much I hate saying we shall see, but we shall see. And we shall see you on the backside of this break as we're going to take one more here and come on back. The calendar never stops. Football is king. We get ready. Dream game practices going on this week. Plus, crosscutters out on the road in State College and Rail Riders getting ready to get set after the break. But before any of that, we got to relive last night and everything that was Citizens Bank Ballpark and the poor performance from the Philadelphia Phillies representatives because they did not have a good night.
It was a rough weekend for them.
Yeah, it really was. So, all right, we'll be right back here on 2822 Sports Night. Yeah, tough couple of days for the hometown teams, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was a tough All-Star game and I guess the end of the home run derby as well.
Yeah, I mean, Schwarber performed well. You can't say that
No,
was.
he performed well.
But yeah, I mean, not ultimately what you wanted. But I think last night, Sanchez getting the loss, allowing 3 runs in the first inning, Schwarber going hitless, Harper striking out. Luzardo pitched well.
Yeah, Luzardo, I think, at a 1-2-3.
Yeah, but then Duran didn't even get into the game.
I thought he did.
Did he get into the game?
I think he got in there the last 1 or 2 outs.
Okay. Sorry, I was out on set, so maybe I missed that. But yeah, not a strong performance from the Phillies last night. Paul Skeens, the representative from the Pirates, not playing because he pitched. Did the Pirates get a second representative because he didn't play?
Oh, yes. Braxton Ashcraft, but he was unable. He did not go either in the All-Star game.
Okay. But the Yankees representatives, they performed.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger got the MVP.
Well, yeah, he had the
single.
He had the 2-run single in the first inning, and then right after him, Ben Rice followed with another run. And other than that was the only action in the game until Marcus Vargas hit. Miguel Vargas. That was a moonshot. That thing, that off the bat, he knew it. That thing was ridiculous. That home run. And I mean, I think one of the best parts about it was when that was happening, they had Pete Crow Armstrong mic'd up, and he didn't even move. He just goes, "Oh God," and that thing was gone. But yeah, the Yankees won the All-Star game last night.
Yeah, they went out. Both of those guys had a really good performance in Bellinger and Ben Rice, and a 4-0 shutout win. Dylan Cease, the
first shutout since 2013.
Yeah, I thought it was over 10 years in terms of a shutout, but 15 Ks in that game as well. But
yeah, Cease performed really well.
Yeah, looking at the rosters, I personally thought the NL had the better roster, and obviously in an All-Star game, you never know what's going to happen.
Comes down to pitching. It's not necessarily the roster. Yeah. And I mean, even Harper said it when he was at bat. He's like, "That's just filthy. There's nothing that I can do. That's just filthy."
Didn't he challenge just for the sake of a?
Yeah, he's like, "No one's done this before, so let me do it."
So yeah, it was just a dominant performance by the AL, allowing only 3 hits. I mean, there wasn't really much the NL could do in this game, and it was just pitchers' dominance. Even again, the NL allowed those 3 runs in the first inning. They allowed just 1 run after that, but those 3 runs off of Sanchez in the first were enough to.
And they were all. I think they were all 2-out runs. They had 2 outs at that point in time. And Bellinger was down to 2 strikes too. And again, Sanchez couldn't get the guys out. I know you made a comment last night. This hurts his Cy Young chances, but I don't think that they take these stats into consideration. But I mean, it certainly hurts your shot in big moments. But again, I think ultimately in big moments in the playoffs, as great as Sanchez has looked, as great as Sanchez has been all season, big moments in the playoffs, you're giving the ball the wheels up.
Yeah, you're probably giving the ball to the veteran pitcher. That's typically how they've done business. But again, I mean,
not for nothing, and as great as Sanchez has been, Wheels Up should have started this game. I mean, Wheeler should have been selected one of the 3 times that they asked him to be on the team. And ultimately, I think if he is in the rotation, that's your starter. But
one of those. Either one of those Philly players is probably starting in that game, just because it's at Philadelphia, and those 2 pitchers have been pitching extremely well. Really, this entire year, Wheeler since he came back. And
I mean, he only missed. The only reason he's not there is because he missed a couple of starts to begin the year. But
yeah, and still put out some outstanding numbers as well.
Especially that last game going against Mizorowski. It's just ridiculous. And again, this will be something that we don't think is a big deal right now, but ultimately we'll be having a conversation later on when it's about, is Wheeler a Hall of Famer? And we'll be discussing about how many times he's made the All-Star game. And it's like, that's why this stuff does matter. Because I don't know if Zach Wheeler's a Hall of Famer, but if we have that conversation, one of the things that we'll make our decision on is how many times he was an All-Star.
Again, I think All-Star is losing its luster. I'm not sure how many in all sports, really. I'm not sure, again, how long we're going to be discussing
All-Stars.
because, again, the big-name players are going to have more All-Stars than I think the more appropriate way.
You mean Francisco Lindor didn't deserve to be an All-Star this year?
I'm not saying. I don't think he's having as good of a year as he has in years past.
No, he didn't deserve to be an All-Star. It's okay. You can say that, but he was still voted in, yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I think, there's some, like the Pirates are the best offense in the MLB. They didn't have one position player voted. Like, that to me is ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know if we needed 6 Dodgers in the starting lineup either.
Again, great team. Yeah, you can argue, the Dodgers are the better team. They have the better record. Pirates only 3 games over 500, but Pirates have also, again, tied for the league lead in runs scored, top 5 in batting average, home runs.
All right, who would you have put in? Who would have been your...
Personally, again, I would have put, this is tough I probably would have found a place for Brandon Lau, who has top 5 in almost every statistical category in second baseman.
Okay.
Leads second baseman with 21 home runs, 60 RBIs, has really been a jolt in the Pirates offense. I personally would have put him in. I think he can make a very good case for Brian Reynolds as well. I think he's batting near 300, having a career year, a bounce back year. Had like an almost 30 game on base streak. And he's not even in consideration. Like that to me. And again, I think that's the problem with fan voting because, again, the Mets are going to get a lot of votes. The Phillies are going to get a lot of votes. The Dodgers are going to get a lot of votes. Even if those players are not having particularly great seasons. That's why Bryson Stott was a finalist.
Well, what did I say to you last night as we were watching the game?
I forget, honestly. I was focused on story.
Focus on work.
Yes, I was focused
on I sat here and I go, I don't know who a single player is on this field.
Yes,
yeah, it's like, this is an all-star game. I don't know who a single person is on this field right now.
Again, there were players like Brandon Marsh. He deserved to be there. Kyle Schwarber, of course. Bryce Harper. But I don't know. I didn't think Andy Pages deserved to be there for the Dodgers. I think he's batting 260. I thought
260? Yeah. I mean, isn't that leading the league at this point?
No, Brian Reynolds is hitting. The Pirates actually, Nick Gonzalez is batting 300.
Oh my God. Remember when that just used to be what you had to bat to be a major leaguer?
Well, now they're taking that again, as Nate has said. It's about how. Well, I guess for Nick Gonzalez's sake, he doesn't hit home runs.
Yeah.
But, they stack the lineup with as many power hitters as you can,
and then wonder why no one watches the game anymore.
So I watch.
Actually, I mean, ratings are up. Ratings are up, and this is going to be the worst time ever for them to have a strike, but it's coming.
Unfortunately, yes.
They're not going to do a salary cap, and the owners want a salary cap, so it's coming, guys.
I think there was comments by both sides over this All-Star weekend about salary cap. But, it's going to be interesting to see how this transpires with so many big names like Skeens. Again, he's going to be one of the people that's in this because he's due for
I mean, anyone who's due 26, 27, 28, it's a lot of the league. So, all right, what else we got left?
We have the dream game.
And how much time we got left?
Oh, we're at 33, 45, so about 18 minutes.
All right, let's hit a break here, and then, we're going to head to the dream game because I know we got county practice, we got city practice, we got media day, and I know you've been a part of everything. So Ricky Turner going to fill us in on the unofficial ending to the 2025 season, as that was a long, long time ago, but these senior stars getting one more chance to suit up for their high school alma mater. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 28-22 Sports Night right here on the CTV Now app. Okay. Is this the unofficial start to 2026 or the unofficial ending to 2025?
Unofficial start. I'd say unofficial.
But none of these kids are in high school.
Yes, I get that, but it's just like, again, it's football itself starting back up in any PA.
Starting back up, when did it end? We've done a football story like twice a week, every week since I've gotten here, and I got here in May.
Well, I don't know. Again, I look at it just as, again,
All right, well, you're the expert. You've been at both practices. You've been at media day. What can we expect this year in the 92nd annual Dream Game, the longest running football all-star game in America? What can we look forward to, Ricky?
Yeah, I think you look at it first off, obviously, again, there's a reason this is the longest running rivalry. It's because people are so passionate about football in this area. 92 years, a lot of great memories, a lot of great rivalries. Both of these teams, I think, have a lot of respect for each other, and it's interesting talking to both coaches. You have players that have been rivals throughout high school that have played each other in Pee Wee football and going up throughout the ranks, varsity, freshman, all of that. And they now share the same helmet. They now share the common goal. And you'll see everyone's got a different helmet during the game, but they all have their red and blue respective for the county and city jersey. So I think talking with, in particular, Coach Jeff Arthur, he really cares about this game. He said this is the best what was it? The best sporting event in this area, because he said it just brings together. He talked a little bit about the rivalries. When I talked to him on Tuesday, he said you have Riverside and Old Forge, the best all around rivalry in this area. You have Abington, Delaware Valley. That game's award. Talked a little bit about Carbondale area's rivalry. The head coach, he's that coach of Carbondale with Lakeland, saying they know each other. But again, it's just about, I think, that the players and the proximity of these schools that really, I think, make this game ultra special.
All right, you talked about. I mean, let me ask, like, because you mentioned the respect on both sides. Do we get through the full game? Because that's unfortunately something we haven't been able to do at one of our All-Star games so far this year.
Yes, that was an emphasis. No one. This game has always been played until the end, and that was something Jerry Burchelli talked about at media day. He huddled both teams up and talked about what's happened with the other games in our area, those all-star games that have unfortunately haven't been able to finish. I think there was one game with 17 penalties in just one half. And he said, we're not going to have that here. This has always been a game about respect. Yes, it's competitive. Yes, it's about bragging rights. But in the end, this is for the Lackawanna County Association. That's where most of these profits go to. Over 7,000 people pack John Hens' Veteran Memorial Stadium, and they're not going to put on a display where people are getting thrown out. There's dirty hits, and obviously, again, it's going to get physical. There's going to be trash talk, but in the end, they talked a lot about the game is bigger than the result.
No,
itself.
and that's what unfortunately, we haven't been able to highlight as of recent in some of the All-Star Classics. Where, I mean, again, you went to the second annual NEPA game. It seemed like people were just having fun. People, there was obviously competition and there was a want to win, but at the same time, it was, let's have some fun. But here's the thing: football's different. You can't have fun on the football field. You can't, because when you have fun on the football field is when you get hurt. If you're not going 100% on the field, you get hurt. And that's not, like, it's not trying to be masculine or barbarian or anything like that. But, like, yeah, I mean, Sean Taylor said it for a reason. He said, I go 100% of the time because if I'm not, someone's going to hurt me. I'm not going to quote Kellen Winslow because I'm not that. He was dirty, okay? But, I mean, Sean T went hard, and that was because, you're going to get hurt if you don't go hard. So it is tough to balance that. But I do think that the legacy, the tradition, the history, the lore, you talk to a couple kids whose dads played in the game.
Yes, a lot of family ties to this game as well. I think that's what big emphasis on this.
Go a little deeper on that.
Talking with David Nanowitz, who, again, I went to school with his brother. His brother played football. His dad played in this game as well. I think his brother did as well. A lot of family ties into this game. You either have a friend, you have an uncle, you have a father that have played in this game, and they tell you the importance of, hey, you want to leave a lasting legacy, not only for yourself, but you're going to be lifelong friends with some of these players. And that was another emphasis talking with Coach Jeff Arthur. He said, these guys are going to become lifelong friends, even though it's a 5-day practice, one walkthrough, and a football game. You really only talk to each other for a week, but you're going to remember this. Hey, remember that all-star, or remember that dream game back in 2026. And whether you win, whether you lose, these guys have a lot of respect for each other, and these guys are going to enjoy playing for each other, and playing for that county, playing for that city or county or whoever you have on your back.
Got a prediction?
Honestly, again, it's going to be close. I think you look at both teams. Personally, I think the county has the advantage at the QB position. I think David Nanowitz.
That dude is massive.
Yes, he's a huge human, and there's a lot of Lackawanna Falcons going from the county and city teams going to Lackawanna College, because I saw their coach leaving yesterday.
Okay, let me ask, how do college coaches feel about their new prospects playing in this? We mentioned a couple, not, the guys going to Auburn and everything like that, but how do college coaches feel about this time of year for these seniors? Because again, they're not seniors anymore.
Yes,
they are freshmen in college.
I know I think it's different for Division I prospects. Even at the lacrosse, also you saw a lot of Division I prospects pulling out of some of these games, and rightfully so. They don't want to get hurt. But I think being here, like Lackawanna College, these PSEC, they understand. Like, these kids want one last opportunity on the football field. They understand the risk, but at the end of the day, NEPA's football through and through. And I think they understand that. They understand, what these guys are going through. I talked to Gavin Anders, wide receiver for Abington Heights, who originally was going to McDanielson College for lacrosse, decided he's going to stay home here, record-breaking wide receiver at Abington Heights. And he said, he enjoys playing football with the game he loves, and he wants his family to be able to come see him. And he said, this practice sort of with the dream game is sort of getting him prepped and ready for what he's going to see in just about a month. Come when he's practicing with the Lackawanna College Falcons with his teammate David Nanowitz, who's also on the county team.
Do you think this gives a little advantage for Lackawanna for having these guys getting this extra practice in?
Again, I'm not sure the extent they're going through. Again, yes, for the county, it was sort of a walkthrough, get to know you. It's a new scheme. But yeah, I think anytime you're getting on the football field, getting those extra reps, I think it gives you some kind of advantage. And especially, I think in particular, a challenge for the QBs, who they said, it's been X amount of months since they've thrown an actual football, and sort of getting them actual reps on the football field, taking them into the QB room and sort of getting them back into football shape. With some of these guys playing baseball as well, they've probably been focusing on that, but it's time to back into football shape, and these guys are going to be all in back on the gridiron.
I mean, I just don't understand why. Or I guess I do. I get it, and I know there's so many things going on in the calendar year and everything like that. But no, I think it's great. I think it's something that, and you had mentioned, it's that lifelong dream, I still, to this day, I'm 41 years old, and when you get a couple, 3, 4, 5 of us together that played football together, what do you think we talk about? We relive the glory days. We talk about the old school. We talk about this play, that everyone remembers a little bit differently. So, no, nostalgia is what people live on now. It's what our economy at this point is kind of built on. So I do think you're right in this regard that, when you emphasize, hey, this is something that you're going to remember, hey, this is something you're going to make lifelong dreams, you don't want it to end in the third quarter because of penalties. You don't want it to end because of a hit or something like that. So, that's the hope, is that a week from today, we have a wonderful game, and it's something that we can talk about next Thursday right here on 2822 Sports Night. So don't go anywhere. We're going to stay on the football field. Obviously, football, the calendar never stops. Football is king here, and as we get ready for college football here in Pennsylvania and the NFL, black and gold and Philly fly, Eagles fly. So we will be right back. 2822 Sports Night right here on the CTV app. I know. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. The ball bounces any different way. Is there a point? Like, if you got Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett chasing after your quarterbacks, like, is there can we just give them the Super Bowl trophy at this point in time? Because if you don't think Aaron Donald's coming back, stop. You don't just put pads on and see, oh, I wonder if I still got it. If this dude is putting pads on and practicing to see if he's still got it, it's because he's still got it. And he wants to play on a defensive line. Did anyone have a better defensive line come up than the Los Angeles Rams? Yeah, they lost Jared Verse. Who'd they add? Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald.
Again, injuries do happen, so you have to watch it. But yes, Aaron Donald is in my lifetime, one of the most freakish athletes I've ever seen at the defensive tackle position. Guy just moves, like, just jumping in and out of gaps, taking on, like, he is everything you...
Would you say...
Guy's already a Hall of Famer. He doesn't even need to come back.
Would you say that Aaron Donald likely is one of, I don't know, 2 of the most freakish athletes you've ever seen on the defensive line in your lifetime? One of 2?
Yeah, I mean...
And who would the number 2 be?
Myles, I mean...
Yeah, that's my point.
Yes,
that's my point.
Yes, athletically, those are 2, I think, of the most freakishly athletic.
How are you going to block them? How?
You have to drop a hell of a...
You got to put 4 guys, 4 on 2. It's 4 on 2. Double team them, and then you got 3 on 1 on the other side.
You got to run the ball. Yeah, those 2. Imagine those 2 running defensive line stunts with Donald line up next to Garrett.
Yeah, those 2
pushing down on the...
those 2 in a stand-up position,
and
just
Myles,
rotating back and forth. Like, who's... Oh, my God.
Myles Garrett, again.
This isn't hypothetical. Aaron Donald will be back. If the dude put on pads and showed up at LA Rams, the facility, and is seeing what he's got and how his body reacts.
This is a guy at the defensive tackle position who racked up in 2018, 20 defensive tackle position, 20 and a half sacks.
Do we think in any way that dude was not in shape either during, like, it's not like when he retired, he went and got fat. Dude got in better shape during retirement.
No, this guy, he's always been a workout. I mean, even when he was playing, his workout videos were going viral. I saw him working out with Jaquan Brisker, one of the Steelers safety, earlier in the offseason, looking at pass rushing techniques. But, yeah, this guy never looks out of shape. He's always been a weak workout warrior.
Who is the better NFL player from Pitt? Aaron Donald or Larry Fitzgerald?
Oh, that's tough.
That's I've never thought. That's tough.
Yes. Both of those, again, are high characters. Again, you look at Aaron Donald.
If
3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 10 Pro Bowls.
If EA Sports had to do a cover for each college, who's on the college for Pitt? Is it Donald or is it Fitzgerald? Ooh, I wish. This is why we need a poll, Ricky. This is why we need some Instagram polls. Tell us in the comments who you think. If you're watching right now on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, tell us in the comments. Fitzgerald or Donald? Who's the better Pitt pro? Oh, that's a good question.
And this thing, both of those are like high character guys too. They're not like both like have a check. No, both of those.
That's a good question.
On and off the field.
All right. Answer in the comments. If you are watching, please answer in the comments. All right. ESPN. Again, top 5 ways that you can tell it's July rankings.
That's right. Everyone's favorite.
Jalen Hurts, 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
Did they come out with the QB?
Yeah. Jalen Hurts is the 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, boy. Oh, here it is.
I want to say that number 4 was
Allen, Mahomes.
Number 4 is Burrow.
Stafford, Burrow. I like Joe just can't stay healthy. That's why.
But again, Hurts, 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
No, he's not 17. Who's Jackson, Justin?
He can't even say names. He's so angry about this.
Listen, I'm not a big Jalen, but 17.
That's not top. That's not upper echelon. That's on the
17?
bottom half. If you divided the NFL quarterbacks in half, he is on
it.
the bottom half.
Listen, I get it. He had a down year last year. I don't think all of that is on him.
What number they got Rodgers at?
I'm not even looking. He didn't receive votes for the top 10, so
Okay.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine that he would have.
He's probably down near 20. He's probably a little below Jalen Hurts. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a huge Jalen, but 17.
You seem very upset about that.
Some of the guys in front of him, just like Trevor Lawrence.
Lawrence had a good year last year.
But again, like,
I mean, is there a difference? Let me ask you a better question. Is there a difference between Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence? I really don't know what the difference is between the two.
I think you have to take in Jalen Hurts' account for what he can do with his legs.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that is.
If you're asking me the difference between the two, I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
All right. Who's won?
Josh Allen.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Josh Allen.
Okay, but he's not. But okay, sure, whatever.
Well, that's what they put him.
Okay, who's two?
Mahomes.
Yeah, that's one. Thank you.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Again, you can say everything you want against Josh Allen about Josh Allen. Guess what? What's his record against Mahomes in the playoffs? 0 what? Because it's just gonna keep. Yeah. Okay. So Mahomes is 1, Allen's 2. So they've already messed that up.
Stafford 3.
Who's probably actually 1 right now because Mahomes is coming off of ACL and Stafford's coming off of an MVP. Okay.
Yep.
Who's 4? Burrow?
Yep, Burrow's.
He is if he's healthy, sure. 5 is Lamar Jackson, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dak 6.
Oh my God! It's ESPN. They have to have something to talk about on First Take. So obviously Dak is 6.
You have Herbert 7.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. I think Herbert should be higher. So okay.
I think Herbert's awful in the playoffs.
That's okay. Well, I don't disagree with you, but okay.
Drake May's 8th.
Too soon.
Jared Goff's 9th.
I think people sleep on Jared Goff. I like Jared Goff. I do. I really like Jared Goff, especially in. Well, I mean, he's not in a Ben Johnson offense anymore, but I did like Jared Goff in a Ben Johnson offense.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams 10.
Well, yeah, because Caleb Williams.
That's a guy who's only going to go up the list,
especially with the Ben Johnson offense. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Who's 11?
I don't know. They have honorable mentions here. They
have
okay. Sam Darnold.
No. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than. Well, I mean, Darnold just won a Super Bowl, but Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl.
Jaden Daniels.
He's very similar to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Jordan Love.
No. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Jordan Love.
Brock Purdy.
No. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Brock Purdy.
Baker Mayfield.
I'd rather have Baker.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'd rather have Baker. Baker's been better. He just hasn't had the team around him.
Yeah.
Baker's been better. He just hasn't had the team.
And
you put Baker on the Eagles, and Baker is gone off.
Baker also just turns the ball over too much.
I'm okay with the gunslinger.
I get it.
If you're saying, okay, he turns the ball over too much, yeah, that's why Josh Allen isn't number 1. That's why Josh Allen isn't number 1.
He does. For some games, yes, he does turn the
Denver game. 4 in the playoffs?
Yes. Trevor Lawrence.
Sorry, 5 in the playoffs. There's 4 interceptions and a fumble. Bills fans, disillusional. Worst fans in the league. How much time we have?
Oh, we have to go.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we're leaving on Bills fans, worst fans in the league. But tune in tomorrow to WBRE. No, seriously. Tune in tomorrow. Ricky and I are back, 28-22 Sports Night here on the CTV app, Apple, Amazon, Roku. Thank you for joining us tonight.